So, hope everybody's keeping safe, staying at home, staying healthy. With the current situation, the aviation industry is on lockdown. Many countries have closed their borders. Tourism is being affected. What does this mean to you as a traveler or as a pilot? Please keep tuned. We'll discuss a few of those coming up. Welcome everybody. My name's Anush. I'm a pilot by trade and also an avid traveler by nature. The current situation in the world has caused major challenges to both the aviation industry and to the tourism industry as a whole. So, what does this mean to us? To start off with, a lot of countries have closed their borders, stopped the spread of the coronavirus. What does this mean to the aviation industry? It means a lot of airlines have grounded their fleets as the demand for travel has gotten a lot less. That entails people being stuck in countries, people in the aviation industry being affected. So, a lot of airlines have parked aircrafts, which entail a lot of maintenance costs to the airlines. Some airlines have cut down salaries in order to save money. Some others have gone out of business, unfortunately. So a few major airlines that have gone out of business so far are as follows. In March 2020, we've seen Flybe, a regional British carrier, go out of business, followed by Virgin Australia in April of 2020. May has seen two of the biggest airlines in South America going out of business, which is Avianca and LATAM. That has put a lot of people out of work. Some of the major carriers in the Middle East have also cut down on people, crews, salaries. Some in the US and some in the European Union. As you can see here, air travel between February and April of 2020 has reduced by about 90%. Notwithstanding that, cargo has been up. With the current spread of the virus, a lot of countries have gone into lockdown, which has entailed people either being stuck in foreign countries unable to get home, or alternatively being stuck at home unable to travel. With the summer travel season coming up, what does this mean to you as a traveler or as a tourist? Well, let's look at it this way. It all depends. Does that help? No, not really. But what do I mean when it says it all depends? It all depends on some factors which will affect whether the aviation industry is going to recover or the tourism industry is going to recover, and how long will it take? It depends on whether a vaccine will be developed, how long it will take for that vaccine to be developed. It depends on when countries are going to open their borders. It depends on the new rules and regulations for social distancing. So like I said, it all depends. It's a fluid situation, but be assured that tourism will return, aviation industry will open up, and things are bound to get better. Now, when the aviation industry does open up, what does that mean to me as a traveler, you may ask? Well, as a traveler, you may expect more stringent rules on social distancing. You may also expect a rise in aircraft tickets. Why? Well, airlines around the world go with what is known as a payload factor. So, let's assume an airplane can carry 270 people. With the current social distancing of 1 meter, that load might drop down to about 180 to 190, which means that there's a loss of seats that they cannot fill. Therefore, the price of the ticket will have to be compensated in order for the airline to make a profit. But that's also offset by the fact that the fuel prices now around the world have dropped. Therefore, it makes it better in a way for us as it won't put that much of a hike on the airline tickets. Some countries are opening up their borders. Spain has announced that they are getting ready for the summer season. So has Italy. The UK is looking at opening up, but the catch there is they are saying that you need 14 days quarantine once you get into the country. So that does affect our decisions for the travel destinations or travel seasons. So for tourism, as we can see, a lot of restrictions are going to be in place initially until things are more fluid, more dynamic, and more information is gotten regarding the spread of the coronavirus and the effects of it and how to stem that. Hotels are going to be changing regulations for cleaning, for booking, and for maintenance. Now, you may ask yourself, is it safe for me to travel on an airplane while the coronavirus is ongoing? My simple answer would be yes, it is. Why do I say that? Well, airlines have now adopted more stringent cleaning measures on board their aircrafts. Most common touch surfaces like tray tables, handrests, the screens are being cleaned regularly. Airplanes carry HEPA filters as part of their air conditioning system, which means that the air you're breathing in is maybe even cleaner than the air that is around in your room. There's going to be more social distancing on the gates, most likely. There'll be a very stringent check on temperature before boarding aircrafts. Some have said that there might even be coronavirus testing before you board an airplane. With all this in mind, nothing is really certain until things start to calm down a little bit and the aviation and tourism industry picks up. As for countries and when they're going to open their borders, again, I say it all depends. Depends on many factors, including when the country health officials decide that it is safe to do so, number of infection rates, a lot of different factors. Now, if you're an aspiring pilot or looking to get into the aviation industry, my personal opinion would be right now is not the best time for that. If you're training, I'd say continue in your training, as most training will take about 1.5 years to 2 years for you to graduate, in which time most of the aviation industry is assuming it'll take 2 to 3 years to get back to the pre-coronavirus numbers. Continue training and look out for opportunities. With the current closure of some of the airlines that I mentioned before and some others that are coming down the line, there is going to be a lot of crew in the market, which means companies are going to have an excess of crew in the market for them to hire. So for newcomers, it might be a little bit difficult, but as I said before, the aviation industry is a very, very fluid place, which means that it'll take some time, but things will return back to normal. One of the quotes said by one of the major politicians, or actually, you know what? I don't think I'll call him politician, because politics in this day and age is a disgrace. I'll call him one of the greatest statesmen that ever lived. Sir Winston Churchill once said, "Never in the field of human conflict was so much owed by so many to so few." I'd like to take this opportunity to thank all these on the front line that have done so much and sacrificed so much of their time and so much of their health, well-being, in order to make sure that the rest of us are safe. Please everyone, keep safe, and things are going to get better. Thank you very much. If you're new to my channel, please don't forget to subscribe here and some of the other videos that I have on.